Imagine an invisible, meticulously encrypted network stretching beneath the internet you know. A realm where search engines fail, born from a profound paradox, the purest ideal of absolute freedom clashing with the reality of total illegality. For decades, the surface web was the only field of play. But deep below, a handful of visionaries, and soon, digital criminals, built an infrastructure designed to be untraceable. This is not a tale of simple hacking. This is the complex narrative of a crucial technological evolution, a network created by governments for defense and later co-opted to birth the most resilient black market the digital world has ever seen. From its state-sponsored roots to its rise as a multi-billion-dollar illicit empire. This is the detailed, unavoidable story of the birth of the dark web. The genesis of the dark web, in its functional form, is inextricably linked to one stroke of cryptographic genius, the onion router or Tor. Its initial design and funding did not originate in the criminal underground, but, critically, within the US Naval Research Laboratory during the late 1990s. The original intent was creating a sophisticated, highly encrypted communication system known as onion routing for US spies, military personnel, and diplomats, shielding their sensitive communications from foreign surveillance and electronic detection. The mechanism itself is elegant. The user's data is repeatedly encrypted in layers, like an onion, and sent through a series of global, volunteer-run relay nodes. Each node only decrypts enough information to pass the data to the next stop, meaning no single server ever knows both the original source and the final destination. In 2002, the US government made the world-altering decision to release the Tor source code to the public as free and open-source software. This provided a powerful tool for investigative journalists, human rights activists, and political dissidents globally, offering a vital escape route from state censorship and intrusive monitoring. However, the dark web defined its market identity only in 2011. The site that solidified its infamous reputation was Silk Road. It was founded by Ross Ulbricht, a libertarian idealist operating under the pseudonym Dread Pirate Roberts. Ulbricht conceived Silk Road not just as a business, but as a grand economic experiment, a truly free market where transactions occurred without government taxation or regulation. By exclusively accepting Bitcoin, a decentralized cryptocurrency that offered pseudonymity, Silk Road rapidly became the primary synonym for the dark web, hosting a massive volume of illicit trade and earning the notorious reputation as the Amazon of drugs. Silk Road was not simply a transaction platform, it was a movement. Ross Ulbricht was driven by a deep-seated and narco-capitalist ideology. His philosophy, articulated in online manifestos, aimed to create a robust, self-regulating market based on the triple pillars of strong cryptography, user reputation systems, like eBay, and Bitcoin's decentralization. This extreme philosophy quickly attracted pioneers of digital technology alongside thousands of illicit vendors, generating commissions for Ulbricht amounting to tens of millions of dollars. The rapid, uncontained growth of Silk Road brought the dark web under intense scrutiny from elite global security agencies, including the FBI's Cybercrimes Unit, the DEA, and Europol. Law enforcement agencies quickly recognized that they faced a threat fundamentally different from traditional organized crime. They couldn't just wiretap a phone or seize physical assets. They were forced to devise entirely new methodologies. Their counter-strategy pivoted away from breaking Tor's complex encryption, a near-impossible task, and focused instead on exploiting operational security, OPSEC, flaws, and human mistakes made by the operators. The investigation became a deep forensic dive into the periphery of the dark web. Investigators meticulously analyzed public forum postings, timestamp differences, server configuration errors, and even early digital footprints left by the creators in the surface web, searching for the weak traceable link that could conclusively tie the anonymous dark web identity to a real-world individual. The pressure was immense. The viability of the dark web threatened to fundamentally undermine the fiscal authority and regulatory power of sovereign states globally. The eventual fall of Silk Road in October 2013, culminating in Ross Ulbricht's dramatic arrest, served as a powerful and highly publicized proof of concept that anonymity, even behind Tor and Bitcoin, was vulnerable to persistent human investigation. Federal agents successfully linked Ulbricht to his alias through a series of subtle, but fatal, security lapses over a period of years, notably an early request for programming help on a public forum using his actual email. He was apprehended while logged into his laptop as the site administrator, an operational victory that secured the cryptographic keys to his empire. Despite the initial shock, the dark web did not die. It entered a phase of rapid evolution and resilience. Successor marketplaces quickly emerged, the largest and most sophisticated of which was Alphabay, 2014 to 2017, managed by Alexander Kazes. Alphabay swiftly eclipsed Silk Road in size, diversity of offerings, and transactional volume. The 2017 shutdown of Alphabay, part of the extensive international Operation Bayonet, underscored the increasing sophistication and coordination among global law enforcement, including the DA, FBI, and Dutch National Police. In this case, Kazes was linked to the site after carelessly using a personal, unencrypted email address tied to a password reset feature. Authorities were also beginning to successfully exploit software vulnerabilities in Tor itself and even compromise the market's hosting servers. More recently, in 2022, the massive, Russian-focused marketplace Hydra, which had generated over $5 billion in revenue, was dismantled by German authorities. While these takedowns are disruptive, they confirm a sobering truth for operators. Continuous vigilance is impossible, and absolute anonymity is ultimately fleeting. Today, the dark web persists, embodying its complex dual nature. On the one hand, it remains an essential tool for digital freedom and security. It functions as a critical lifeline for investigative journalists, political dissidents, and activists in oppressive regimes, offering communication channels impervious to state surveillance. It also houses vital archives of censored research, medical documents, and academic libraries. On the other, it remains a robust subterranean economy, characterized by constant fragmentation. Modern marketplaces rarely achieve the long-term stability of Silk Road. They have become smaller, more cautious, and often employ exit scams, where the operator deliberately closes the site and absconds with all user and vendor funds. The economic structure is now less reliant on trust and more on short-term high-volume turnover. The future of the dark web is inextricably tied to the advancement of technology. As law enforcement agencies increasingly deploy advanced artificial intelligence tools for pattern recognition and sophisticated blockchain forensic analysis to de-anonymize transactions, the privacy afforded by basic Tor usage and Bitcoin may soon become inadequate. We are already seeing a distinct migration toward more decentralized and resilient network architectures beyond traditional Tor, and a greater adoption of advanced, privacy-focused cryptocurrencies like Monero or Zcash, which use advanced cryptography to obscure all transaction details. The dark web cannot truly be eradicated as long as the demand for unregulated freedom, whether ethical or criminal, exists. It will continue to mutate and adapt, representing the dark, highly advanced, and persistent digital mirror of our societal tensions and the unyielding human desire for ultimate, sovereign privacy.